Hello, friends. I'm meteorologist Zack Shields in the Fox 7 Weather Center. We're going to be on storm watch today as all the ingredients are slowly coming together for a storm event. We have the moisture flowing on in. We have a warm front nearby, dry line close by, and a cold front. And, oh, yeah, add in the upper low, and numerous scattered severe thunderstorms are possible throughout the day. We had some renegade storms last night that kind of zapped the energy out of the atmosphere, but in the wake of that warm front, not only is the moisture returning, but also the energy necessary for those thunderstorms to thrive. So across the board, we have very high rain chances today and this evening, 70 to 80%. We also have a chance that some of these storms will turn severe. New information from the Storm Prediction Center placing much of central Texas under enhanced risk for severe weather, a level 3 out of 5 severe weather day from Austin to Waco down toward the Houston area all the way out toward the Concho Valley. Counties just to our south under a slight risk for severe weather. So what are we concerned with as these storms roll on in? Large hail, the #1 threat, quarter to egg size, then damaging winds. 50 to 70 mile per hour winds that could lead to some power outages and even some broken tree limbs. The flooding risk is low, and then the tornado risk is low, but we can't rule it out. We still have just enough wind shear in place. We may have a quick spin up or two, but the main concern right now, the large hail threat and the moderate risk for that to happen from Austin into the hill country this afternoon. Then the straight line wind threat extends from Austin over toward Bastrop, Giddings, and then up into Williamson County out across the hill country. We have plenty of moisture to work with. The dry days we had the last few, well, they're over for now. The Gulf of Mexico open for business, and we'll team up with this upper low that's going to come across. You can see it a little bit better on the water vapor imagery, spinning counterclockwise just west of El Paso. As that pivots closer to us, what's going to happen, it's going to accelerate that rising motion, so those clouds have a chance to build up into thunderstorms, and we could have cloud tops as high as 40, 60,000 feet, and impressive updrafts to support big chunks of ice forming in the clouds and then eventually falling to the ground. And in advance of this low, we'll have a divergent flow where the upper level winds here are going this way, and the upper level winds, strong winds, going this way. And right overhead, the winds aren't as strong. So there's a void in the upper levels of the atmosphere, and near the ground that air says, okay, we have to fill that void, and you get that natural rising motion. And this is going to be a direct hit from this upper low as it taps into the moisture and squeezes out that moisture in the form of widespread thunderstorm activity that should be out of here by tomorrow morning for sure. Let's take it hour by hour. By midday, we're just looking at spotty light rain with the storm threat staying to our north. Then those storms start to fill in first out across the hill country between noon and 3, and then crossing the I-35 corridor between 3 and 6. And notice how the HRRR model, we're using this one because it's been doing a wonderful job with the last couple of storm systems. And where you have pockets of dark red and pink colors, that is where we could have the hailers. And this will continue throughout the afternoon commute. We may get a small window of opportunity as the storms shift eastbound and east of I-35 by 6 o'clock. Between 7 and 10, we may get a break from the rain and storms. But don't let your guard down, because remember, yes, we have the front coming through first to generate the storms. Then you have the upper low out to our west that will spin across the area, provide that extra lift to generate storms even behind the front. They won't be as intense, but they will happen out across the hill country right before midnight, and then getting close to the I-35 corridor just after midnight. And then by tomorrow morning, the storms have exited the area, and then drier times are ahead. So it's a 1-2 punch. First round happening between 2 and 7. We'll be on the lookout for heavy rain, lightning, some very strong winds, and moderate to large size hail. And then round 2 happens from 9 this evening to midnight with rain, lightning, and small to moderate size hail. And again, the highest threat of hail will be out across the hill country, with the straight line wind threat extending a little farther southward. The tornado threat is low, but we can't rule it out. Just for grins, we'll check out the weather model showing the rotation possible within some of these storms up across the northern hill country by 3 o'clock. When we start to see the yellow and reds on this map, we got to be concerned about maybe 1 or 2 tornadoes showing up. That's happening up across the northern hill country, possibly by mid to late afternoon. And then the wind shear, and it looks like the spinning in the atmosphere will start to decrease, and the tornado threat will decrease throughout the day. And it's just a 5% chance that you could experience a tornado within 25 miles from your location. This is mainly going to be a large hail damaging wind threat combo we're going to have to deal with for the rest of today and this evening. And then over toward East Texas, that is where we have the bullseye for the flooding risk, high category. For us, a slight to moderate risk. Only Milam, Bell, and Lampasas counties are under a flood watch until 7 o'clock, where we may have some flooding of low water crossings, creeks, low-lying areas, but no flash flooding. And the National Weather Service is still showing the purples and reds to our north and east. That's where you have the highest rain totals. I still think we could cash in an inch and a half underneath some of those storms. And all 4 models show rain and the highest totals north of Austin. So let's say on average about a ½ inch to 1 inch of rain. So with that storm event moving into central Texas, stay weather aware and have the latest information by either downloading our free Fox 7 Weather app to get the latest weather alerts if you're away from your TV or away from your home, so you can stay up to date on what's happening weather-wise. You can also keep it right here on Fox 7 Austin, and also check out fox7austin.com with the latest weather information.